I'm Delaney Kelly, and I'm a senior on Trinity's women's golf team.
Hi, I'm Anton Noble, a junior tight end for the Trinity football team.
Hi, I'm Caleb Harmel, a sophomore linebacker for the Trinity football team.
I'm Bryce Pigeon, a senior on the Trinity golf team.
My name is Carly Jones. I'm a senior second baseman for the Trinity softball team.
Hi, I'm Emma Funk, a junior middle blocker for the Trinity volleyball team.
Hi, I'm Tyler Peavy, a graduate senior on the Trinity men's basketball team.
Hi, I'm Neil Verwillow, a senior left back on the Trinity men's soccer team.
Hi, I'm Brian Cardone, a senior right-handed pitcher and utility infielder for the Trinity baseball team.
Hi, I'm Madison Horner, a junior midfielder for the Trinity women's soccer team.
Hi, I'm Caroline.
Hi, I'm Mabel.
I'm Shamsi.
And I'm Casey, and we're part of the Trinity swim and dive team.
Hey, I'm Annie Wise.
I'm Julia Ackerman.
And I'm Jordan Rudd.
And we are members of the Trinity University women's basketball program.
Hi, I'm Wilson Hamilton, a senior captain for the Trinity men's tennis team.
I'm Christian Settles, junior captain for the men's tennis team.
Hi, I'm Mary Caffin.
I'm Amy Wise.
I'm Zoe Caffin.
And I'm Megan Flores.
And we are members of the Trinity University women's tennis program.
Hi, I'm Trinity Lemons, a senior sprinter and jumper for the Trinity track and field team. I'm super excited to share with you an important event that we're promoting. It's called the Trinity Buddies United as One fundraiser.
All of our Tiger sports teams are competing on the court or in the field this spring, but we're also competing to see which team can raise the most money for disadvantaged families in the surrounding school district.
We'd love your support in trying to reach our goal of $11,000. So you can check out our social media for ways to donate, including this Venmo.
You can also buy exclusive Trinity Buddy bracelets for $5 as a part of the fundraiser. Make sure when you Venmo to add what color you want and which team it's going towards. Thank you so much for your support.
Go Tigers!
Thank you for your support.
Go to you!
Go Tigers!
Thank you for your support and go Tigers!
Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you so much for your support. Go Tigers!
Tigers with assistant coaches Joe Shotton, Margie Mitchell-Cole, head coach of the Tigers, Cameron Hill, Trinity Tigers.
Well, welcome to Calgar Gymnasium on what is a busy Saturday for Trinity Sports as we conclude the regular season schedules for basketball. Women's up first with this 1 o'clock tip-off, honoring their seniors this afternoon. And because of that, in the starting lineup, a couple of changes. Annie Wise, the senior guard from Tulsa, Oklahoma, gets to start. Jordan Rudd, a mainstay in this Trinity lineup, also in the lineup, alongside fellow seniors Julia Ackerman and Emily Daniel. The only non-senior is the most efficient scorer in the SCAC, Haley Coleman, coming into this game leading in field goal percentage for the conference. For Schreiner, the lineup is unchanged. Oni Budu, Gabby Ibarra, Jocelyn Hernandez, Zara Cross, and senior center Sydney Williams. She'll jump it up alongside Haley Coleman as these two teams vie for seeding in the top half of the SCAC. Tip controlled by Schreiner. And we are underway once again here in San Antonio, Texas. It was a game that Trinity took comfortably yesterday, 84-56. If you missed that one, Schreiner came up with a big first quarter, and there's an early basket for Jocelyn Hernandez as she banks home the jumper, holding Trinity to a tie after one frame, 24 apiece, but they only scored 4 in the second quarter, and Trinity put up 20 and never looked back. Here's Wise, down low, kicks it out to Jordan Rudd, step back jumper from the elbows, too strong. Offensive rebound tipped out to her once again, though, by Haley Coleman. Emily Daniel crossover to the baseline. Too strong on the jumper. 0 for 2 start for Trinity. And Zara Cross brings it clear for the Mountaineers. Came into this weekend in second place in the SCAC, and Trinity have now leapfrogged them after yesterday's contest. Looking to hold off a couple of teams as Coleman gets inside and has her shot blocked. We'll say last out off of the Trinity junior. Schreiner now looking to hold off TOU and St. Thomas, who are both a game behind them in the standings, to be a member of the top 4 that gets to host a quarterfinal game in this year's SCAC tournament. They get it to Williams down low. An open look is too strong for her from the low block, and it remains 2-0. Sydney Williams, the leading rebounder in the SCAC, didn't get to play nearly as many minutes as she normally does yesterday because of foul trouble, as Rudd's 3 comes up short, and the long rebound is controlled by Ibarra. Cross sets up the lineup here for the visitors. Dribble handoff in the corner to Hernandez. Well, here's Hernandez. Gets to her spot on the baseline and knocks down the early jumper. 4-0 advantage for the Mountaineers. Ackerman, who was a perfect 3 of 3 from the floor yesterday for 8 points. Passes off to Coleman, who can't hit. And it's a good start once again for Schreiner, but it's about continuing that, and that's what they were unable to do yesterday. They put up a strong first and third quarter, but didn't do enough in the others, as Coleman fouls Ibarra on the 3-point opportunity, and Schreiner can build a real lead here. Although Ibarra was holding that hand for a moment. Coleman led all scorers yesterday with 21 points and added 6 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and 2 assists. Big day for the Kansas City, Missouri native yesterday. First free throw is good, as is the second for Ibarra. A perfect 3 of 3 at the line means Schreiner is out to a 7-0 early lead. Trinity making a change to their starting lineup for the first time in a while, as Jordan Rudd finally gets Trinity on the board, with Wise coming in for Ashlyn Milton here on senior day. Daniel, the runner in the lane, too strong, felt she was fouled, but it'll stay with the Tigers. Wearing their black uniforms today. Schreiner continuing in the white. See what Coach Cameron Hill has from the baseline inbounds play. They find Wise in some space. She dribbles out to Ackerman, top of the key. Great pass there to find Coleman down low, as Jordan Rudd put it where only Haley Coleman could grab it. And the lead is cut to 3 now for the Mountaineers. Williams throws it ahead to Ibarra. Zara Cross, spin move in the lane, flicks it up with the right hand, and the board is controlled by Wise, who is tied up. Possession arrow means it stays with Trinity. And they can tie the game here on this possession with a 3-pointer. Ackerman knocked down a couple yesterday. Jordan Rudd has shown increased range this season. Here is Ackerman from the corner, and there is a tie game. Now 4-4 on the weekend for Ackerman, as Daniel intercepts a pass in the Schreiner backcourt. Ackerman from the other corner, different result as she comes up short. And it's dribbled clear by Jocelyn Hernandez. So, a couple of 7-0 runs for either team. Find ourselves all even. Bounce pass in the lane for Cross. And it found its way to Williams, who made the shot, but We'll say it was a kickball violation before it got to the senior. They want to get it to Williams down low. She can't get position, so they'll toss it out to the newly introduced Ariana Falks. Here is Williams now back to Falks. Well worked, but she can't get it to go down low. The first year out of Killeen, Texas, 0 for 1 to start the afternoon. Coleman, big switch pass to Daniel. Catch and shoot three. It rattles home. First lead of the afternoon for Trinity, 10-7. Daniel nearly hops in the way of that pass, and instead it's 3-on-1 going the other way. Williams working against Coleman, backs down her defender, and draws the contact to head to the line. Such a tough matchup down low. Williams controls the boards and usually averages a double-double every game. First free throw is good. She did have that double-double yesterday. 12 points, 10 rebounds in limited minutes. 23 minutes. In fact, here is Ackerman. Bounce pass into the lane for Coleman, who runs the floor and scores with the right hand. And the ball runs away from Cross as she was about to inbound it. Here's the Trinity pressure that makes things so difficult for teams in Calgard Gymnasium. Jordan Rudd gets yet another turnover from the Mountaineers. Ackerman from the top of the key off to Rudd. Here's Coleman. Wants the big switch pass. Finds it. Wise with the screen to open up Daniel for three. It's just off to the left, but Rudd fights the rebound away from Falks. Rudd thought about the three-pointer. Instead, we'll dump it off to Wise. The long two from the baseline rattles home. Trinity fighting for every rebound at the moment and forcing so many turnovers that the early 7-0 lead for Schreiner is well in the rearview mirror now. Here's Wise. Behind the back dribble, steps back to the three-point line. Has Daniel to her left. Coleman in some space now in the lane, up against Williams, flicks it up and in. And just like that, Trinity now doubling the Schreiner 8 points. Good work that time from Schreiner to break the press. Can they turn it into 2 points? A stop and pop in the lane for Ibarra. She grabs her own rebound, and the second attempt is also no good. Rudd up against Cross, steps back for three. Comes up short. Rudd also in the top 5 for shooting percentage this season. 52.8% coming into the day and 43% from three. Second best on the team to only backup point guard Sam Henry, who's 50%. Rudd in the open court now, jumps it off to Ackerman, who finds Haley Coleman down low. Chest high dribble as she kicks it back out to Ackerman. Three-pointer off to the left. Tigers shooting a lot of threes here early on. Connecting on a few of them. They're 2 of 6, and Schreiner's yet to attempt a timeout. Yet to attempt a three-pointer. We'll take a timeout here. Trinity got off to a rough start, was down 7-0, but now find themselves well out in front, 16-8, with 6 points from Haley Coleman, and everybody out there with at least 2. We'll be right back in just a moment. So a fully changed lineup for Coach Hill coming out of the timeout and change in the booth as well. Josh Maxagumba joining us here on the call.
Thanks, Ryan. I think we're all set up and running. And sort of like Trinity, maybe just a slow start to the broadcast, but firing on all cylinders now. 16-1 run. Very impressive from the Tigers after a really good start here from the Mountaineers.
Yeah, and we saw it yesterday, the early start from Schreiner lasting the entirety of the first quarter, when they were all even with Trinity at 24 apiece, as Simmons gets onto her left hand and can't get it to go. And then the Trinity pressure was telling in the second quarter when the Tigers took it 20-4. But it seems like that full court pressure is already an issue for the Mountaineers, though they break it this time, and they've got space for Williams underneath, who catches and scores, and that's how you break the press. See how the Tigers substitutes get acclimated to this game. Henry running it as the point guard. Dumps it off to Shipley. Milton, the usual starter, coming off the bench here for senior day. Ball finds its way back to Simmons, out to Milton, who'll drive on the left hand, throws it up with the right, and is called for the offensive foul. And it's drawn by Williams.
Yeah, it looked like the right call. We'll get another look at it. Good drive. There's the set. And she did a good job staying straight up. So.
Yep, textbook. And textbook Trinity basketball, turning it over from the inbounds pass. But Schreiner will get another chance at it. Simmons' attempt at the offensive rebound runs out of bounds. Crossed inbound on the far side. Shipley, Milton, and Henry pressuring in the Schreiner backcourt, but the Mountaineers are able to get through the pressure. But Claire Hale draws the charge at the other end. Contact from Azalea Pirtle. And we'll get a look at Hale, who got to play some extended minutes. Maybe a little slide on the left foot, but nonetheless, she takes the contact square in the chest. And the ball's headed the other way. 16-10 lead for Trinity. Henry dribbles past Pirtle, kicks it out for an open three from the corner, and Ashlyn Milton doesn't miss those very often. Good shooting start for Trinity. Over 40% and almost at 40% from three. 3 of 8 from 20 feet. Collision there on the logo at midcourt. Henry called for a foul.
Other action around the SCAC centenary early on, 7-3 over St. Thomas. And still waiting for an update on TLU and Austin College, but last night Austin College falling in overtime to the Bulldogs, 70-64.
Cross for 3 off to the right. Both of those games important for Schreiner, as St. Thomas and TLU are in pursuit of that number 4 spot in the conference table, looking to host the quarterfinal game. Last touch off Claire Hale, and it'll go the other way.
It's interesting. Some coaches would prefer maybe to go on the road for some of those playoff games. You know, the players would like to play at home. When you go on the road, you've got the advantage of being kind of isolated. You go to the hotel, you go to the court, and that's about it.
Williams no good down low. Turnover there in the backcourt from Shipley, and Zara Cross, the beneficiary. She lays it up and in to cut the Trinity lead to 7.
A lot of contact, but I don't think any team had possession of the ball at that moment. A good no call.
So the Tiger starters went on a big run after a 7-0 start from the Mountaineers, as Henry's three-pointer is off to the right. But the Mountaineers have been able to come back into this game a little bit after the substitutions. Zara Cross turns down the shot and will set up the offense here with 21 seconds to go in the quarter. 8-second difference or so between shot and game clock. And a lot of contact here.
Really nice job by Sam Henry to get the jump ball.
Yeah, just got the hands on the ball as the coming together occurred. So the possession arrow will flip to Trinity, and they'll get the ball probably for the start of the second quarter.
Might be just curious as to why the shot clock didn't restart.
Yeah, we saw plenty of those issues yesterday, especially in the men's game.
But it stands at 13.8 and counting down now.
Cross onto her left, drives and flips it up with the right and commits another charge. This time Milton draws the contact, and the Tigers will get the last shot of the first quarter. A lot of offensive fouls here as players are getting to their spots and taking the contact. Here's Shipley running the floor, goes up with the left hand, flips it off the backboard, and that will do it. Shipley beats the buzzer, and Trinity leading Schreiner 21-12. After one, be right back with you in just a moment.
And for those of you interested in Trinity basketball, the Student Programming Board has an event later today following the conclusion of this women's game and before the start of the men's game between 3 and 4. And you can see there, they'll be doing trivia, raffle, and the most spirited competition, and giving away prizes, including gift cards. And you can contact the Student Programming Board. You can reach out at spb@trinity.edu, or you can contact them on Instagram. You see there at @TU_SPB. And we'll take a break and be back for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Start of the second quarter, and I should mention that that event is going to be held via Zoom, so you can reach out spb@trinity.edu, the Student Programming Board, SPB, if you want to register for that event.
Might just hop in that Zoom call, nothing to do between games.
It should be fun.
Henry out to Milton, straightaway three, and she's fun. She knocks down her second three of the game already.
2 of 2 from downtown. She's got 6 points.
I haven't seen Trinity at their three-point shooting best up until this weekend when the likes of Ackerman and Milton have really got going from behind the arc. The lead now is 12 for the home team. Williams in danger of going out of bounds there on the baseline. She gets it back. Still needs help as Shipley gets a hand on the ball, and the last hand on the ball was Alyssa Vieira's. So it's Trinity ball. Henry, crossover at center court, onto the right hand, dumps it off to Simmons. Shipley, left-handed drive and left-handed finish. Shipley, good start for her as well. 2 baskets in a couple of minutes, either side of the quarter. Double team in the backcourt, Schreiner able to get through it. Vieira finds an open Williams on the weak side, but Simmons came across and stuck to her task, gets the block against the senior center. Double screen at the top of the arc. Henry gets the floater and draws the contact. Nearly got it to go as it rimmed out. She'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
That'll be the first foul on Williams. And the first here of the second quarter.
And she'll take a seat, but it won't be because of foul trouble as it was yesterday when she didn't play much of the first half at all.
She's played the first 11 and a half minutes of this one so far, so well-deserved breather. She exits out with 3 points so far.
Henry's first free throw, no good.
So 26-5 Tiger run right now. Schreiner started the game with a 7-0 lead.
1 of 2 on Trinity's first trip to the line today. And a hand in from Shipley there to poke it away. And the Tigers are once again back on offense. Simmons down low for Milton. Milton spins, throws it up with the right hand. And it just comes off the backboard and falls to the Mountaineers.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact down there with Milton. And I think maybe she was trying to draw the foul.
That one out of the hands of Boodoo. Haven't called her name much so far as Claire Hale's looking to go coast to coast and draws the foul from Oni Boodoo.
And Hale to the line for the first time tonight. And we'll take a quick timeout as Coach Samantha Davidson for Schreiner calls time. Currently a 15-point Trinity lead, 27-12. We'll be right back on the Tiger Network. Take a look at the stats for the season for both teams coming into today's game. And you see the shooting down just a little bit for Schreiner in comparison to Trinity, but both very good defensively, holding their opponents to under 56 points per game.
Yeah, that's top 2 in the conference as Claire Hale is at the line for Trinity. First one is good. Trinity able to hold Schreiner yesterday to just about that opponent's points per game average, 56, as Hale makes both and checks out for Coleman. But Trinity put up 84 in the big 28-point win. So much of that was turnovers, and here's another one, just Jordan Rudd, too quick, intercepting the inbounds pass. Coleman down low. Left-handed dribble, spins to her right hand, flicks it towards the rim, and comes off no good. Schreiner gets their offensive rebound here, and no good on the second attempt for Ibarra.
Coleman with a big block.
And running the floor, able to score at the other end. I was looking for the number of turnovers for the Mountaineers yesterday. It was 34 in the game. And you got to say that's not going to lead to a good result for you any night.
No, a team that came in averaging 19 a game, turnovers that is, and they almost doubled that against Trinity.
Cross looks to go down low, contested, but Voodoo's able to control it, kicks it out for the open look for 3 off to the left from Gabby Ibarra. Mountaineers able to get the offensive rebound. Cross splits through 2 defenders and draws contact on the shot. She'll head to the line.
Really nice job putting it on the floor and cutting into the basket.
Williams returns after a brief spell on the bench. One of 2 seniors on the Schreiner roster this season. The other, Jayla Jackson. We didn't see her yesterday. Listed at 6'4" as a center. Got to assume there's an injury concern. Otherwise, we'd see at least some of her on the court. At that size, she'd be the tallest out for either team. Thrown ahead here to Annie Wise, who's back in the game, along with all the Tiger starters for Coach Cameron Hill.
Coleman pulled down her 4th rebound.
Ackerman from Coleman, off to the right from 3, And Williams, who else, controls the rebound for the visitors.
That'll be Williams' third board of the day so far.
Cross onto the left hand. Probes the lane, kicks it out. Finds its way to Falks. Falks to Williams, double team down low between Rudd and Coleman.
I think they're going to get the foul before the travel. And it will be on Coleman, or excuse me, Jordan Rudd.
Rudd with 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists to go alongside 2 personal fouls here in the second quarter. Cross the one to inbound for the Mountaineers. They find Williams down low. She spins, gets to the right hand, just too strong, but offensive rebound for her as well. Cross gets inside, has her shot blocked by Haley Coleman. And the Tigers can go the other way. Behind the back, through the legs for Rudd as she is dealing with the pressure from Zara Cross. Good handles from the Tigers senior. Has the offense in business here. Dumps it off to Coleman. Cross-court pass to an open Emily Daniel. Catch and shoot three comes up short.
It's a really good offensive possession there for Trinity. They put so much of the focus trying to get the ball to Coleman down low. And they were able to finally do so. It just collapsed the entire defense and left Daniel wide open for a three.
Schreiner's going to have to go quickly here. They were called for many 10-second violations yesterday. In fact, they don't even get it inbounds as Annie Wise is slashing to the basket, and Ackerman finds her for 2 points. When you make a cut like that, Julia Ackerman will find you.
Yeah, and going back to Ackerman's steal, look at the cut again. That was just a fantastic pass. Going back to that steal, it's the second or third time here in this quarter that Trinity has just basically reached around and grabbed the inbounds pass. And those are just more desire than anything else.
Jordan Rudd gets the steal and wants to go the other way, but Schreiner gets back in time. Wise called for a travel. She faked the shot. A couple subs come into the game for the Mountaineers. Pirtle and Vieira back in.
And that should take us to the under 5 media. We're at 4:46.
Well, looks like we won't take it.
Yeah, we're at 4:46, and that's the first break under 5, so we should be at the media timeout.
Coach Hill's convinced as well as you are. Referees maybe not so much.
It was on a try, like it.
Either way, looks like we're going to play on.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense, and it should be, but we'll continue.
Strange decision there from Tate to pick up the dribble in the backcourt, but nonetheless, the Mountaineers able to advance it. Hand on it from Ackerman, but still finds a Mountaineer as Coleman's leg is in the way. She's called for a kick ball. You can see her feigning the kicking motion. Speaking of, Josh, Tiger women's soccer in action for the first time today, playing away to Austin College. Keep an eye on that one. You can watch the live stats and the broadcast. Access that through the Trinity website. Annie Wise, open for three, left side, bang! Annie Wise has had a great start to this game, getting her first start of the year.
She's got 7 on the afternoon so far.
And Jordan Rudd coming across, playing way above her size, getting the big block against Williams. Throws it ahead to Coleman, coast to coast for 2 points. And timeout on the floor as Trinity run it up here, now 38-12 in the second quarter, celebrating Senior Day in a big way here. Rudd to Coleman.
Yeah, fantastic sequence of events there for Trinity. And
they'll take all the momentum into the break here, and we'll take it with them. We'll be back in just a moment. So Coach Hill calls the timeout there to make substitutions, and this is a unit that we saw late in the game yesterday with Robbins running the point, Putnam in alongside Carly Leong, Anna Gilliott, as well as Emily Nelson to round out the 5 on the floor. It's already the 3rd unit we've seen from Coach Hill. All have been pretty successful. It's 38-12 to Trinity, managing minutes as we head to postseason play this upcoming weekend. Robbins here, out to Gilliott, pulls for 3, off to the right. Yesterday, everyone that came off the bench made their first shot, it seemed like. Expected that one to go in from Anna Gilliott, the junior. Good pass to find teammate down low. And Azalea Pirtle hits the deck. A lot of contact on that shot. She still managed to get it to go. It's an and one opportunity for Pirtle.
Take a look at the foul.
Yeah, just an overzealous attempt from Robbins. Maybe a bit of inexperience there, just flying across to try and block the shot.
You're talking about women's soccer and Anna Gilliott, and the one-time emergency keeper for the soccer program.
Yeah, not the only dual sport athlete on the women's basketball team. Annie Wise, who we've seen plenty today, also tennis player on campus. Things that you really only see at the Division III level for the most part. Here's Leong in the paint, gets to the right hand. After she stepped through the double team, couldn't get it to go. And energy coming from both teams' benches. Schreiner looks to get any type of foothold in this game. Haven't seen much of them offensively since that 7-0 run. Here's a corner 3 that rattles out. And last touch comes off of Azalea Pirtle.
Yeah, it definitely feels that the energy from both sides has picked up. The scoreboard hasn't really changed, but a lot of flow back and forth to this game right now.
Robbins onto the left hand, has Leong with the backdoor cut. Eventually does get to Leong from Anna Gilliott. Steps through the double team and draws a lot of contact there as she flicked it towards the basket with the right hand. So she'll head to the line.
I thought there may have been some contact on her previous shot possession ago, and there was definitely contact that altered her ability to put that layup up.
As was the case yesterday, Haley Coleman leading all scorers at the moment with 10 points on 5 of 7 shooting with 6 rebounds. Annie Wise, 7 points on 3 of 4, as the second free throw is no good. And Ashlyn Milton, 2 3-pointers for 6 points. Plenty of others chipping in as well to get to 39 for Trinity here with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Another turnover that time from the Mountaineers. It's their 18th of the game. Robbins gets the screen from Gilliott at half court. Gilliott to Putnam. Putnam back to Gilliott. Great bounce pass in the lane and 2 points for Anna Gilliott on the left hand.
Once again, just that good offensive flow from the Tigers. Great ball movement.
And Maggie Robbins,
steal on the inside.
Yeah, showing that she can be the future for Trinity at point guard when Jordan Rudd leaves, doing something that was very Jordan Rudd-esque, stealing that inbounds pass. And the Tigers are outrunning once again. Here's Putnam down low. We'll pull it out as the Mountaineers trail back. Emily Nelson to Leong. Nelson, left wing. Good cut that time from Putnam. Puts it up with the left hand. Awkward angle on the shot. No good.
Call this one on the floor.
Really thought Robbins might have tied her up there as they were both running with hands on the ball, but they'll say Robbins maybe got her with the body. Ibarra comes back in for the Mountaineers. 26-point lead for Trinity here in the second quarter. and what has been a rude awakening of a weekend for Schreiner. Came into this weekend second in the conference with a very good record to their name, 5-1, and they were 2-0 so far away from home. But they hadn't played any other team in the top four, and this has been their first opportunity to test themselves against some of the SCAC's best.
Yeah, I think that the way that the schedule was is going to make it interesting when we get into postseason time, where we're going to see where some teams may be playing somebody that they haven't played all year.
Or someone that they've played for the third time, like usual. Leon gets past her defender, gets to the rim, opted not to use the backboard, and was unsuccessful in doing so. Long throw ahead. Leon gets a tip on it, and Tate couldn't find the ball. And they call the foul against Elena Tate.
Hard luck foul on Tate. She was just trying to play the ball, and
she was just trying to find the ball at first. Didn't know where it was. It was tipped away.
Trinity had, by the millisecond, grabbed possession.
Under a minute to go here as Robbins drives and kicks. Gilliott, corner three is good.
Ellie Gilliott now with 5 points on the day, 2 of 3 shooting, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc.
It's just fundamental play as well from Robbins. Drive and kick, finds the open shooter who makes no mistake. Here's a chance to answer for Schreiner, no good. Oni Budu with the miss. And foul will go against Pirtle as the ball was loose, and Trinity is in the bonus here with under 30 to go in the half. Chance to make it a 30-point lead. Schreiner haven't scored a field goal in almost 3 minutes. And what is a 44-9 run at the moment. Stretches across 3 Trinity lineups as well. Second one is good.
It's been an impressive 5 quarters now for Trinity. It's like the last 3 of yesterday's game and first half here today.
Robbins overzealous on the closeout, and that allowed Elena Tate to get an open mid-range look, which she couldn't knock down. Schreiner shooting 20% at the moment. Robbins running coast to coast, and last touch off of her as she was able to get past the defender. Couldn't get the shot up.
Budu with the block, and then it caromed off of Robbins.
And another inbounds pass stolen. This time Gilliott straight away 3 is just a bit too strong. She's now 1 of 3 from behind the arc today.
Maybe a chance to get one more shot off here with 0.8 on the clock. That was the 20th turnover of the half now for Schreiner.
And not enough time to execute the inbounds play as Robbins did make the shot, but the buzzer goes before she does so, and it's 45-16 to Trinity, 29-point lead heading into the half. Leading all scorers is Haley Coleman, 10 points on 5 of 7 shooting, 6 rebounds. And the leading scorer for Schreiner with 4 points is Jocelyn Hernandez, 4 points on 2 of 2 shooting, 2 rebounds as well. Dominant performance from Trinity in the first half, and we look forward to seeing more of it in the second, Josh.
Yeah, and be interesting to see what Schreiner does, the halftime adjustments. I don't know if you can make a case to come back from 29 down at the break, but they're in a position where they've got to do something. As the game after this, you got to start treating this next half as a postseason type of event. So we'll be back in the second half in just a bit.
Hi, I'm Delaney Kelly, and I'm a senior on Trinity's women's golf team.
Hi, I'm Anton Noble, a junior tight end for the Trinity football team.
Hi, I'm Caleb Harmel, a sophomore linebacker for the Trinity football team.
I'm Bryce Pigeon, a senior on the Trinity golf team.
My name is Carly Jones. I'm a senior second baseman for the Trinity softball team. Hi, I'm Emma Funk, a junior middle blocker for the Trinity volleyball team.
Hi, I'm Tyler Peavy, a graduate senior on the Trinity men's basketball team.
Hi, I'm Neil Verwillow, a senior left back on the Trinity men's soccer team.
Hi, I'm Brian Cardone, a senior right-handed pitcher and utility infielder for the Trinity baseball team.
Hi, I'm Madison Horner, a junior midfielder for the Trinity women's soccer team.
Hi, I'm Caroline.
Hi, I'm Mabel.
I'm Shamsi.
And I'm Casey, and we're part of the Trinity swim and dive team.
Hey, I'm Annie Wise.
I'm Julia Ackerman. And I'm Jordan Rudd.
And we are members of the Trinity University women's basketball program.
Hi, I'm Wilson Hamilton, a senior captain for the Trinity men's tennis team.
I'm Christian Settles, junior captain for the men's tennis team.
Hi, I'm Mary Captain.
I'm Annie Wise.
I'm Zoe Captain.
And I'm Megan Flores.
And we are members of the Trinity University women's tennis program.
Hi, I'm Trinity Lemons, a senior sprinter and jumper for the Trinity track and field team. I'm super excited to share with you an important event that we're promoting. It's called the Trinity Buddies United as One fundraiser.
All of our Tiger sports teams are competing on the court or in the field this spring, but we're also competing to see which team can raise the most money for disadvantaged families in the surrounding school districts.
We'd love your support in trying to reach our goal of $11,000. So you can check out our social media for ways to donate, including this Venmo.
You can also buy exclusive Trinity Buddy bracelets for $5 as a part of the fundraiser. Make sure when you Venmo to add what color you want and which team it's going towards. Thank you so much for your support.
Go Tigers!
Thank you for your support.
Go to you!
Go Tigers!
Thank you for your support, and go Tigers.
Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you so much for your support. Go Tigers!
So 45-16 to Trinity after they got off to a great start. Well, actually, Schreiner, Josh, was off to a great start before it all started to fall apart. It was 7-0 to the Mountaineers before Trinity went on a 45-9 run, and that's why we find ourselves here at the break.
Yeah, start of the third quarter, and really it's a must-perform quarter here, I think, for Schreiner. Like, even if you're not worried about the outcome of the game, they have got to build some momentum to get back into the flow of basketball as they prepare for next week's postseason action.
Yeah, fans of Trinity basketball, particularly on the men's side, will see some similarities here between what happened at the end of the men's basketball season against Schreiner last year, where they lost the last 2 regular season games and then matched up in the conference tournament and lost the 3rd game as well. So it's all about momentum as we head into the postseason, and for Schreiner, like you say, just putting together some solid performances in these quarters can go a long way, regardless of the result, which feels like it should be beyond question here, as Williams grabs the offensive rebound, puts it up, second chance no good, kept alive, third chance no good, fourth chance no good as well, and they may still get it back. They do. It was Ibarra fighting for the offensive rebound a couple of times there.
Yeah, and you mentioned the possibility that Schreiner and Trinity would match up down the road. The battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th has not been decided yet. And so right now, Texas Lutheran with a 2-point lead at the break, 25-23 over Austin College. A win by the Bulldogs would put a lot of teams with a 5-3 record. And that would make things very, very interesting on all the tiebreak procedures.
Coleman, leading scorer in the game, working down low, spinning to the right hand, and scoring her 12th point of the game. And those last couple of misses for Schreiner take them down to 17% shooting for the game. Not really getting to the free throw line either, just 6 of 10. As the three-pointer is good, and they stop the run, at least for the moment. Jocelyn Hernandez, the junior playing in her hometown of San Antonio, makes the 3 from the right wing.
Yeah, first 3 made of the entire afternoon for the Mountaineers.
Wise picks up her dribble on the baseline. It gets back down low for Coleman, who needs to shoot before the 3-second violation comes in. And she gets it to go off the front rim.
Now 7 of 9 shooting. 4 points here in the third quarter, 14 overall.
7 of 9 takes her above her season average of 58% from the floor, which leads the SCAC. She's been so efficient, so impressive in the middle of the floor for Trinity this season. And it's been a battle really for that spot over the last 3 seasons between Coleman and Simmons. And this year, Coleman has won the job, at least the starting job. Simmons coming off the bench to relieve the starter. But at times last season, it was Simmons, the one that was starting. And it's been a good battle between the 2 junior post players ever since they arrived here in San Antonio. First free throw, no good for Sydney Williams.
As the coaching staff here with Coach Hill and Coach Shotland, they'll tell you that's a good problem to have.
Handles from Jordan Rudd in the open court, finds Daniel down low, who gets it to go with the right hand. That's another assist for Jordan Rudd. Slicing through the Schreiner defense and making it look easy.
6 boards and 5 assists now for Rudd.
Good ball movement here from the Mountaineers. They get a look underneath, and it's good from inside the restricted area for Gabby Ibarra.
And Ibarra, a very nice job stopping on a dime, not traveling.
If Rudd played her normal allotment of minutes here, as Wise pulls for a straightaway 3 and knocks down yet another long ball. I was about to say, if Jordan Rudd was playing her normal allotment of minutes at this level of output, she'd be on triple-double watch. And there's another assist as Annie Wise gets an open look and makes no mistake.
Yeah, Wise now up to 10 points.
7 of 17 from 3 for Trinity. And another steal that time for Rudd as Cross tried to go over the top of the Tiger point guard behind the back onto the left hand. Out to Ackerman. She'll pull the corner three, and it's good. And everything's going in for Trinity. The seniors are showing out here in their final regular season game in Calgary Gymnasium.
Trinity's now made 5 of their last 5. Multiple of those coming from beyond the arc.
20 feet, looking like 5 feet layups here as Rudd goes down low for Daniel, and she scores and the foul. She wants 3 the old-fashioned way. Chance to make it 9 points and 3 trips down the floor as Jordan Rudd with an excellent bounce pass gets 3 straight assists. She can't be stopped at the moment.
The senior leadership, Jordan Rudd, the only one not scoring in this barrage here, but giving it up for Annie Wise, Emily Daniel, and Julia Ackerman. And the 4 Trinity seniors have basically put the final stamp on this one. And talked about we needed to see something out of Schreiner. We're not really seeing it defensively. Their offense has come alive just a little bit, which is important, but it has come at the cost of their defense. And Trinity has now pushed us to a 38-point advantage, 6:23 left here in the third quarter. And I mentioned it earlier, just a couple of hours now, or 1 hour away. You can sign up for the student programming boards, trivia and raffle competitions. And just head over to their Instagram page at @TU_SPB and look in their bio, and you can find the link to register. That'll be held via Zoom. And Ryan's probably mad that I keep promoting this event. He's wanting the odds to be in his favor.
More competition.
And I think you should give him some more competition. It should be fun. And a chance to maybe win a little bit.
Trinity winning by a lot here, 59-21, and a chance to extend it even further for Daniel from the free throw line.
And you can tune in to the beginning of the men's game and judge by Ryan's reactions as he opens whether or not he won anything.
Daniel, the 70% free throw shooter, knocks down that to complete the three-point play. I'm confident, Josh. Nobody does the research on Tiger basketball like I do.
And we're about to get a line change here for Tiger basketball.
Seniors take a seat. You got to think we'll see them at maybe the start of the fourth quarter as well. Jordan Rudd notably going to the bench with 2 points, but 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Looking like Draymond Green numbers on the stat sheet. Wise and Coleman in double digits as well. That pass looking for Milton, intercepted.
It is so hard to get assists, especially at the D3 level.
Open look for 3 for the Mountaineers. Too strong, came off the backboard and into the waiting arms of Sam Henry. She runs the left sideline and gets it into the front court for Trinity. Here's Simmons. She'll pull the mid-range jumper, no good, off the front rim. And Ariana Fulks, dribble handoff to Tate. Tate, as the lane opens up for her, gets the roll off the front of the rim.
Trinity volleyball in action, taking on the Mountaineers. Taking the first game in straight sets, 25-23, 25-10, and 25-17.
And what a fun team that we have this season for volleyball. Ranked number 2 in the country as Milton pulls for 3 from the left side, and the bench was ready to erupt, but it was just too strong.
Nationally ranked number 2 in volleyball, nationally ranked number 4 in baseball, and they are just underway up in Georgetown, taking on Southwestern in a doubleheader today. We'll have a game against the Pirates at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, weather permitting, here on the Tiger Network.
And a kind roll off the front rim for Abigail Zions. Her first involvement off the bench is to get an and one opportunity. She got a mismatch there and took advantage. And the free throw will come in just a moment after this timeout on the floor. 62-23 to Trinity.
Count the bucket at Zion's 4:41 left here, third quarter, and we're not entirely sure. We think it might be 60-25 instead of 62-23.
Either way, you add one to the Schreiner side of things as Zion completes the three-point play. And we'll see if they make that adjustment as we move on here. Henry on the dribble for Trinity. Out on the floor with Hale and Simmons. Milton as Henry gets it back, and Trinity will keep the ball. Shipley rounds out the 5 on the floor for Coach Hill. Henry, maybe a little bit of a lazy pass there, just looking for Shipley. Intercepted by the Mountaineers, who can go the other way. Fulks wanted the dribble handoff, instead goes to the basket herself, throws it off the backboard, no good. Hale secures the rebound. Managed 9 points yesterday without any rebounds to her name. Claire Hale, 2 steals as well. They want Shipley down low. Simmons' pass intercepted. 2 straight turnovers for Trinity. Good spacing from Schreiner as they got Fulks to kick it out to Vieira. And back to Fulks from the corner. Catch and shoot opportunity just off the front of the rim. Hale not aware of Fulks. Gets the steal and goes right at Claire Hale. Called for a foul. 3 straight turnovers for Trinity. Uncharacteristic. But tough to keep the intensity up with such a gap between the two teams on the scoreboard. 3 minutes, though, without a bucket for the home team.
And you see the scoreboard has been corrected now, 60-26. Great job by Fulks to stay alive with the play.
Can't get the first free throw to go. One of 2 at the line for Ariana Fulks. They don't let Henry catch the inbounds pass. Trinity goes to Milton instead. She's past her defender, drops it off to Simmons. All kinds of space in the lane. Maybe too much time to think about it. And the mini drought continues for the Tigers. Fulks into the lane, blocked by Simmons. Fulks frustrated there. She seems to be doing it on her own at the moment offensively. Shipley to Simmons. Good pass around the corner from Milton, who'll turn and fire. Come up short.
Milton ran into Shipley.
Shipley just pokes it away, and it stays. No, it'll go to Trinity. Shipley is so good at poking the ball away, even from behind and angles where usually players will commit a foul. She's got good length and uses those quick hands extremely well. She'll be a valuable player for Trinity in the limited postseason this year. The transfer from Amherst. Milton wanted to attempt her third 3 of the game, but instead passed it off, and Simmons is tied up here. It'll stay with Trinity. as Zions was the one involved in the tie-up. Henry inbounds it to Milton, swings it around to Shipley, down low for Simmons, out to Claire. Hale pulls for three, comes up short, offensive rebound secured by Simmons. Takes it herself onto the left hand, has her shot blocked. Zions, good defending that time. Vieira crosses over onto the left hand, swung around the arc for Schreiner, pulls for three, and it's good. Gabby Ibarra. 8 points now for her in the game on 2 of 10 shooting. Was 0 of 8 in the first half. Milton, straightaway three to answer, and it's good. A 4-minute scoring drought for Trinity ends with a splashdown three from Ashley Milton. Now 9 points on 3 of 7 shooting, 3 of 4 from 20 plus feet. And an interesting post move that time results in a turnover, and Trinity will go the other way. Henry out to Milton, just made it. She wants to take it again, makes it again, but she won't get the continuation regardless of how strong the protests are from Jordan Rudd on the Tiger bench. But if I'm Trinity, I'll probably draw up a play to get Milton in that exact spot again if possible. She's the one to inbound here.
All of her makes have been from downtown. She's got 9 points. 3 of 4 from beyond the arc.
One-handed pass into her from Sam Henry, and good defending that time for Schreiner. It's going the other way, and looks like Ibarra just lost it as she was going up. The steal was by Azealia Pirtle. And it'll be Schreiner ball from underneath the basket. Zara cross to inbound. No movement from the Mountaineers as she's forced to just throw it up for Elena Tate. Ibarra drives, comes up short, and Claire Hale secures the rebound. Shipley now brings it forward for the Tigers. Back down to Hale as it was a full court give and go between the two players. Tipped out of bounds, it'll stay with Trinity. Falk's back in now for the visitors. 63-30 to Trinity. Their biggest lead was 38 after a flurry of scoring from the Tigers seniors to start the half. It was a good try that time from Shipley as she drove into the lane and dumped it off for Simmons, but Simmons couldn't control the pass. It'll be Schreiner ball.
Under a minute left here, third quarter.
Double team here in the backcourt of Schreiner. They work it well to get out, and Falks now dribbles onto her right and flicks it up and scores. Eliana Falks, now 3 points in the game. 35 seconds left in the third quarter, and Trinity will set up their offense here. But another good play from Azealia Pirtle, pokes it away from Henry. Henry tries to return the favor, but it's called for a foul. Two strong defensive plays from Azealia Pirtle, first-year guard from South Grand Prairie High School. Here is Pirtle. Nearly has her pass stolen away, but it's kept alive for Schreiner. Zara cross into the lane and gets the kind roll off the back of the rim. 12 seconds for Trinity to score and finish out the third quarter on a good note. Milton, long three. She really tried the extended range there, and Cross throws it up at the buzzer, no good. And so Trinity maintains a 29-point advantage here as we head into the final frame, 63-34. We'll see if we get one more look at the Tiger seniors in just a moment. The starting unit returns to the floor for Coach Cameron Hill. That includes the 4 Tigers seniors honored today for Senior Day. Annie Wise, Emily Daniel, Jordan Rudd, and Julia Ackerman. And the 5 is rounded out by Haley Coleman, who leads all scorers. 14 points in the game. Schreiner ball to get us back underway. 29-point advantage for the home team. And all those things we said at the start of the second half are still true. Schreiner needs to build something here to have some self-belief heading into the tournament. Here's Daniel off the pass from Rudd. Daniel spins into the lane, right-handed effort, no good.
Another rebound for Cross.
Relentless defending from Daniel against Cross that time. The Mountaineers pass out of it. And from the elbow, the jumper bounces up in the air off the rim and falls off for Elena Tate. Rudd down low for Haley Coleman. Has it poked away by Zions. I have to say the 2 players that have impressed me in this second half were Schreiner, Abigail Zions, as well as Azalea Pirtle, both on the defensive end, but they forced turnovers from a team that doesn't usually commit too many. Granted, the score obviously probably playing some impact into the at least the mental space of the Trinity players. There's still some strong defensive plays from those 2. Boudou has to just get it in bounds, and it's poked away by Jordan Rudd. Here she goes running the floor, 2 teammates alongside her. She finds Daniel into the lane on the right hand, and it's another assist for Jordan Rudd. 2 more points for Emily Daniel. Now in the double figures, 10 points on 4 of 9 shooting. And a Trinity team rolling like this with Jordan Rudd facilitating as she is going to be difficult to stop in the SCAC tournament in the coming weeks. Another miss that time for Schreiner. Rebound controlled by Coleman. Wise into Coleman. Ackerman thought about the straightaway 3, instead goes back to Coleman, who takes a couple of dribbles and puts it towards the basket. That one no good. Zara Cross has it poked away again by Jordan Rudd, and she can run the floor herself here. Schreiner streaming back defensively, and Jordan Rudd's shot just off the mark. Cross now looks to return the favor and go the other way, high off the glass, controlled by Coleman. It's back and forth, and it's not a lot of points going in for either team.
Coleman now double-double, 14 points, 10 boards.
Wise, another one in double figures, goes to Jordan Rudd, down low for Ackerman, who looked to kick it out to Annie Wise for 3, but it was intercepted by Boudou, who runs the floor and scores with the right hand. Oni Boudou now with 3 points in the game. Rudd to Wise. Coleman back to Rudd. Will pull a 3 of her own this time, and it's just off the front rim. Doesn't necessarily have the scoring touch today that she's had all season. And she's 4th in the SCAC for field goal percentage at just about 53%. Today she's 1 of 5. She's getting it done with 6 boards and 7 assists. I don't think Coach Hill will be too worried.
Definitely feels like maybe a few of the assists were missed at some point.
Williams back into the game for Schreiner. And a timeout called by Coach Samantha Davidson, and we'll take it with them as Trinity continues to dominate in this one, 65-36. You're watching the Tiger Network. starters keep their place on the floor for Trinity. And it'll be ball out of bounds for Schreiner from the near side. See what they draw up out of the timeout. Inbounds to Zara Cross. Minutes leader on the season for Schreiner, and their play out of the timeout results in 2 points for Zara Cross. 6 now in the game. Ackerman to Coleman. Coleman fakes one way, goes the other, and tried to shoot over the left shoulder. But Williams was active defensively, and the Mountaineers will bring it the other way.
Rare miss for Coleman, now 7 of 11 in the game.
Wise tracks down the loose ball, and Ackerman and Coleman can run the floor. Ackerman will get the left-handed layup to go. Is it too much to ask for an alley-oop there? I mean, it's 2 against 0.
We've seen just about everything else from the Tigers offense today.
Ackerman called for a foul in the Schreiner backcourt. First foul against her in the game. Be a welcome sight to see Ackerman back scoring heading into the postseason. She was averaging just 3 points a game coming into this weekend. She put up 8 points yesterday on a perfect 3 of 3 shooting, and she's got 8 today as well, including 2 of 5 from 3. Crosses three-pointer way off the mark. And you see the disappointment from the Schreiner point guard with her effort there. And that is the concern for Schreiner, not necessarily the scoreboard, because this was always going to be a tough weekend to come in here and try and get a result, but the mood amongst the team and the morale can be a real concern when you take 2 back-to-back heavy defeats heading into the limited postseason this year, especially if they're going to have to go on the road to a higher seed after coming into this weekend in pole position to host a game. Rudd. Long pass forward to Daniel, who has all kinds of space to flick it up with the right hand, off the backboard and in. Closing in on double-digit assists for Jordan Rudd, now at 8. And some of them, honestly, they have not been gimmies either. A couple, yes, maybe a hand off to Annie Wise when she was hot, knocking down the 3, but she's had some long passes, some impressive bounce passes, and she'll take a seat here. No double-digit assist numbers today, but who knows? Maybe next time out in the conference tournament when she's playing more minutes.
Daniel
playing like this, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, Daniel with 12, Wise with 10, Ackerman with 8. And mentioned 6 boards, 8 assists for Jordan Rudd. Seniors getting it done today for Trinity.
Gilliott with the closeout there, forces the miss from Tate. Offensive rebound, though, by Zions, and she puts it up and in. She's perfect from the floor, 5 points on 2 of 2 shooting. Putnam will pull the three-pointer, straightaway look, just off, but offensive rebound secured by Leong. Emily Nelson wanted a three-point of her own, instead will find an open Anna Gilliott. The 2-point jump shot no good. Robbins grabs the loose ball and puts it up. She can't get it to go either. So we get a look at some of the players that will play big minutes for Trinity next year when we lose 3 consistent starters. Here's Putnam. Spin move on to the left hand, cross-court pass, finds Nelson in the opposite corner, out to Robbins straight away. Gilliott working in the post, kicks it out to Carly Leong for 3, and she hits. 72 points now for Trinity. A very versatile Trinity lineup at the moment. No recognized big post player out there, but can all play out and in. Right now, Putnam defending down low against Zions. Zions shooting over the top and scoring. She's been the bright spot for Schreiner here in the second half. Robbins finds a wide open Leong underneath. Didn't realize how much space she had, but still able to turn and score in time. And another turnover in the backcourt for the Mountaineers. Nelson dumps it off, and it's going to be a look on the left hand for Putnam. Can't get it to go. Led off that time for Schreiner. Falks puts it up with the right hand, and good. And it's back to a 30-point game. Gilliott brings it across the line. Passes off to the left for Carly Leong. Putnam fakes the pass, goes baseline, and the drive is rejected by Zions. Zions again with another steal, and a pass ahead for Pirtle. Three-pointer from the corner, and it's good for Tate. Lost her marker a moment ago on defense, but trying to make up for it with a three at the other end. Gilliott, all kinds of space if she wanted to pull for a three of her own. Content to let the clock run down here as we're under 2 minutes to go in the regular season finale. Gilliott working in the post, gets her own offensive rebound. Eventually comes to Robbins for three, and she banks it home, just how she drew it up, right, Josh?
That is a hard bank shot off the wing. A nice finish for Robbins. And we're going to get some more substitution. I think that's a substitution timeout. Catching up on the SCAC scoreboard, 47-41, Texas Lutheran, just under 5 minutes to play. And Austin College just hitting a three. So 47-44, 4:46 left to play in Seguin. And over in Shreveport, the ladies have fallen behind St. Thomas, 46-40. That one about 5 minutes left to play as well.
That'll be concern for Schreiner as they may be falling out of the top four. It'll just depend on the tiebreakers, as it looks like there's going to be a three-way tie between TLU, St. Thomas, and the Mountaineers. Yeah. Falks thought she took contact there on that drive. Referee disagreed, as Robbins, the only one that keeps her place on that substitution timeout. Out there with her is Brittany Goodwin, alongside Tierney, Pretty, and Limoncello. Here's Tierney for three, and she hits. Off the bench and into the scoring. And there'll be a quick substitution before we continue here into the final minute. Trinity hitting 80 points. Jennifer Tierney, the first year out of Orinda, California. Be a real problem if she can start shooting the ball with consistency in the years to come. 5'10", 5'11". An inside-out player. Under a minute to go, Robbins. Limoncello on the far side hits the deck. That's actually Molly Pretty, who ends up on the floor. And looks like she'll head to the line. Some new faces, Josh, getting used to it. Have to, if I'll be ready for next season.
And we mentioned the possibility of a three-way tie for third, fourth, and fifth position.
Here's another look for Robbins from the corner, no good.
The interesting one, I think, there is Austin College. If they were to lose, they will fall to sixth in the preseason conference favorites. They'll be on the road for the first round of the playoffs.
And it's an interesting one where the fact that Austin College has played so many games actually comes against them, as I believe that's first collegiate points for Brittany Goodwin, at least this season. The junior forward out of Rockport, Texas, gets it to go that time. That wasn't a set I had prepared. Based on the reaction of the bench, they were very excited for Goodwin. So it'll be interesting to see how those final standings shape up as this one comes to a close. But what we do know is that Trinity will be hosting a quarterfinal game. Limoncello with the long three, too strong. And the clock is going to run out here on the Mountaineers' regular season. 84-56 yesterday, 82-47 today. And Coach Cameron Hill's team honors their seniors in a big way today. And Josh, the seniors honored themselves with some big performances.
Yeah, just an absolute dominant performance here from the home side. And leading the way was a junior, Haley Coleman, 14 points. But then the seniors were right there filling in all of the scoring for the Tigers. 10 points for Annie Wise and 8 points for Julia Ackerman, 12 for Emily Daniel, and then Jordan Rudd we mentioned. And she had 6 rebounds and 8 assists, also had 6 steals. And it's not,
almost had a triple-double without points, Josh.
Almost triple-double without points, and if she gets into her normal scoring routine for the year, you're looking at a potential quadruple-double, and something that's just almost unheard of. So fantastic day for the Tigers. 9 points as well for Milton. And then looking at Schreiner's side, it was 8 points for Ibarra, 7 for Hernandez, 6 for Cross, and Zions also had 7. And I think, like we mentioned before, that's going to be an interesting week over in Kerrville for Schreiner. What they can do to mentally get ready for next week and how they will prepare. And they won't know where they actually are playing or if they're hosting until later this evening. So should be fun. And
the good news is
looking forward to next week for Trinity.
Yeah, we'll see all of you again for another broadcast here on the Tiger Network of Trinity basketball. Should be next Friday if things go as scheduled, and we're looking forward to it. Today, Trinity takes it 82-47, and they finish off the regular season in style. Stick around, and of course, if you are interested, check out the Student Programming Board halftime show. I'll see you there in the Zoom call, and if not, I'll see you for Trinity men's basketball tipping off at 4 o'clock.